Yeah, my name is PJ Cote. Good friends call me Paul. Gooder friends call me Peej. I'm basically Mr. No Name because I didn't have a name when I was born. I'm one of twins, but they didn't know they were twins because my parents were irresponsible hippies. And mom is 44, pregnant, sitting in the back of one of them tandem bicycles. They didn't even know there's two babies in them. Mom would be in bed and the whole abdomen would like fall from one side to the other. They wouldn't even stay. There were two dudes in there just duking it out in her 44-year-old body. So the day I'm born, they don't know I'm really there. And then mom kind of comes to, and then she sees two nurses with two bundles. She's like, I'm seeing double. Haha, I'm seeing double. So that's why I'm Mr. No Name, because Christopher Paul was a name picked out, and like Christopher Paul already claimed his moniker 5 minutes before me. So yeah, you can call me Mr. No Name. My next gimmick will just be like have a paper bag over my head, like a true Tampa Bay fan. Yeah, that's correct, folks. I am from the Tampa Bay area. So we're gonna be in Cotex from Tampax to the kids. Cody's from Tampa. You know, those are feminine hygiene product manufacturers, for those not in the know. And we lived in a little town called Schaffner. Now say it right. You kind of just really got to lubricate your teeth and be like, Schaffner, Schaffner, Schaffner. You know, you really got to try to get it to whistle. I come from Schaffner, Schaffner. Like you can't just walk in to downtown Seffner, Florida. You can't go to Seffner and be like, I'm in Seffner. I have arrived at the small, quaint borough in Florida called Seffner. No, they'd run you out of town on a rail. Gotta say it like Seffner. Gotta say it right up here. How would like little South Carolina, like way up there. One time in San Francisco, on the trolley, you know those restaurant trolleys. I met this couple, and you could tell they're Southern. You could just completely tell they're Southern people without even looking at them twice. You can tell he was a Southern gentleman, and she was his belle of the ball. And I looked at him. They started talking for a second. I'm like, let me guess. I pointed to the husband. I'm like, you're from North Carolina, but you're from South Carolina, to the wife. And they were like, how'd you know? I'm like, because you got that syrupy kind of Southern accent, kind of syrupy. Whereas the South Carolina's a little more in the back of the throat and nasal type. Like, that's amazing. Like in Florida, where you grow up, you can tell the different kinds of Southern accents, like the difference between Tennessee and Kentucky and Georgia and Louisiana. Same as like in England, where they can tell the accents of somebody like just from the town over, like, hey, you're a Longchesterville bloke, aren't you? You're from Edict upon Pontine. You're from Poutine upon Residence, eh? Hill upon Knob. Oh, I know the Hill upon Knob types. We think our towns are weird. Yeah, Seffner. Schaffner! So, it is as redneck a town as its name belies. And I worked at the Schaffner Subway. I worked at the Subway in Schaffner. Hold on, I think I might need. Hold on, I think I might need some of the God's nectar, aka coffee. Schaffner. That's a little better. So at the Seffner Subway, it was like the only one in the entire area in 1993. The only subway with a drive-through. And I'm 16 years old. I'm working at Seffner Subway. And this gentleman over here, he's getting himself a BMT. And meanwhile, there's a beep, beep, beep. You gotta like saunter over to the drive-through. You're in the middle of making someone's BMT. Now here in the drive-through, we got us a cold cut combo order. So you gotta like when you talk to the real true rednecks, you got to be able to decipher not just because it's a speaker, but their southern accent. They're like, I want to, I want, I want to. Can you hear me? I want a 6 inch cold cut combo, okay? But I want you to flip it over so the bologna facing up, okay? Now I want extra mayonnaise, and I want maters, but I don't want no oil. I do want the vinegar though. Like, excuse me, sir? I want the vinegar, but I don't want no oil. I'm sorry, sir. Did you just get punched in the gut whilst in the drive-through? I didn't quite understand that two-syllable word you just said. Oh, like pull up out of the ground, the Houston Oilers. The Houston Oilers. And then instead of calling it lettuce, they would call it salad. I don't want no salad on my sandwich, just maters. I'm like, did you order a salad independently from the sandwich there? What? Like Bella says. Sorry, here's my co-host. Bella, you're on the TV. Bella's here from a special. So there's in this town of Seffner. Say it with me, y'all. Seffner. How would you say it? Seffner. Any damn way. Right next to the Seffner subway, it was my school book depository, as it were. I would get all of my basic educational materials at a place called Joe and Jackie's Flea Market. Now, that may not sound like, the expansive library of educational materials that might be helpful, but mom scrabbled them up somehow. Like, we didn't really have like proper like school books or like based on grade or whatever. We would have like work out of this encyclopedia, work out of these dictionaries, like usually older ones. Like, Mom, how come the list of presidents ends at Nixon? Richard Nixon? Sidebar, speaking of presidents, are you guys hyped on my Rutherford B. Hayes beard? I think Rutherford B. Hayes was slept on. He was like a dandy president, which is like the forerunners to the hipsters. So I'm rocking the Rutherford here, the Rutherford B. Hayes. Yeah. So that was a really, underappreciated prez. So shout out to any Rutherford B. Hayes fans that are out here. Let's give it up for Rutherford B. Hayes. Yeah. Thanks for your tireless policies to protect the working poor Rutherford B. Hayes. I really don't know what Rutherford B. Hayes did or didn't do in this life. Because I was homeschooled, right? Homeschooled twin. I always have to lead with that. Like, I should have just been like, hey, first two words out of my mouth should be, yeah, homeschooled twin. Okay, that explains everything. He's a homeschooled twin. Oh, from Florida too. From Florida, homeschooled twin. Like, I give up on this guy. No. Nope. Homeschooled twin from Florida. You got to be joking me. So that was what the Joe and Jackie's flea market there. Mom would be finding books or trying to find books, and we'd be like reading Cracked and Mad magazines, going all the way back to the '60s. So I think most of my like popular culture and understandings of things probably came from like issues of Cracked and Mad magazines, which led into Weird Al and Saturday Night Live and made me what I am today, as far as my influences, I guess. But yeah, just Cracked magazines, Mad magazines, and Mom would like bring home books, but sometimes it's hard. It's Joe and Jackie's flea market in Seffner. What do you expect? So we get these boxes home full of books, and it's like the Funk and Wagnalls diction or encyclopedia. and it's like the N through Z is all we could afford. So if you ask me about the Netherlands, oncology, photography, X-rays, zoology, Yellowstone, whoo, I'm a smart feller. Or yeah, fart? No, am I a fart smeller? No, I'm a smart. Yeah, but I just know N through Z, so don't ask me anything in the A through M category. Biology, anything that ends, A through M, I'm coming up short. So I guess I have a partial education, but just keep it in the N through Z, please. All right. We're not over here talking about the Mississippi. We're not going to talk about Carthage, please. I might as well be special needs when it comes to A through M, but N through Z, totally killing it. Homeschool, homeschool, and yeah, so that's what mom did. She stayed home and homeschooled us. Okay, first of all, can I get a hearty round of applause for the mom who chose to stay home at age 40, whatever, pushing 50, to stay home and homeschool two, like, just incredibly bratty twins, like little toe-headed, or they had long hair, so they thought we were little girls. And we were just terrors. As soon as you set us down, we'd run in opposite directions. Like, why would you sign up for that, mom? Like, you could have just shuttled us off to school to go be indoctrinated and hop in line and learn how to hold a tray and be a number and be disregarded by, adults who weren't related to us and didn't care about us. But no, I was homeschooled. So was I sheltered from a lot of like weird bullshit and indoctrination? Yes. I was probably also sheltered from some potential social situations, or access to band equipment or certain things. Like, you say, well, what are the pros and cons of being homeschooled? Well, the pros are, the education I had was customized to my interests. Once I got into skateboarding, pretty much done by 15, 16, and I was like skateboarding full time. And then I got my GED as soon as I turned 18, because for some reason they force you to be 18 to get your GED in Florida. So, if you want to live an independent life, that's cool. If you want to understand human value and not feel devalued as like just another number in a machine that, like, is the school to prison pipeline, as some people like to call it. But I'm thankful I was homeschooled, man. Like I said, I think I can think for myself, and artistically, you know, I make do with what I have. So, but I appreciate you guys listening. Appreciate ya. Did your dad ever say that? Maybe that's another Southern anachronism. Appreciate ya. I appreciate you. Yeah, that repair for the Pinto, that'll be done by next week, right? Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I tell you who doesn't appreciate you though is there's a certain populace a certain percentage of the populace who doesn't appreciate the word appreciate. Don't worry, I'm about to make sense. So the Jamaicans, strangely, uh, don't appreciate because it kind of goes against their religion. Sorta. It's like as the cannabis infused peaceniks they are, the Rastafarians of the upper mountainous Jamaican area. Um, Preach, my brother jumping into the live here. Um, but according to the Jamaicans, they don't say appreciate because it has the syllable eight at the end, which to them sounds like hate, and they do everything they can in their power to be peaceful. So we count it down like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Love. 9, 10. I'll see you on Alia Rasta. Praise Jah. I can appreciate that they don't appreciate. I appreciate that, Jamaicans. We'll grant you that. We counted out to the entire alphanumeric system, Alia Rasta. That's good to know. Sometimes it's so hard to know how to answer a Jamaican. So I'll just drink a red stripe. I'll just tap the red stripe, take a swig. It's cool. So, appreciate you guys. I like kind of like old fashioned stuff since, like I said, my parents were old. Dad was 48, mom was 44, having twins. So, I like to watch old shows, and the kids on the shows are always like, "Hiya, Jim. Hiya, Andy. Hiya, Debbie. Hiya, Stuart. Hiya, Oscar." You know, it's like, "Hiya." Bring back Hiya, because you know what Hiya does? Hiya forces you to remember the name of the person. Here's a trick. There's a trick that I just made up. Hiya, Jim. Hiya, Walter Turnbuckle. Hiya, Andrea Swiftnuts. Because you're remembering the name. And then you can't do the hiya without the so long. Bring back so long. Normalize so long again. So long, Numbnuts McGillicuddy. I mean, you don't have to say the name again, but it's always really good to say it again because, you know, it's kind of. I just like old fashioned stuff, you know, like what do we say anymore? Peace. Yo, Audi 5000. It's 1993. What do kids say? Do kids even say, do they say goodbye anymore? Do they say, like, oh, true awareness? Like, do kids even say goodbye anymore? Do they still do pound and a half hug? I miss pound and a half hug, you know? But yeah. I appreciate y'all coming out. The other day I was on the phone and some customer service person was like, must have been very committed Christian because they're like, I'm like, all right, well, I've got the message down. I'll talk to you later. And she's like, thank you for trusting in the Lord. She like, and this was like a customer service, like calling me from like an insurance company or something like, and I'm like, thank you for trusting the Lord. Okay. And it's like, firstly, it's really presumptuous. Okay. She's preeminently thanking me for trusting the Lord. And like I'm not spiritual or not religious, I guess. I mean, I don't know if I'm religious, but I had a hard time understanding. Thank you for trusting the Lord, because I didn't immediately think of like the one true God, the main dude, the Lord. To be honest with you, the first person I thought of was Lord Farquaad. Lord, a lot of mercy. But you know, thank you for trust. That takes guts if you're in a customer service position, and I'm certain they're recording your call. So like, she said it again. What are we gonna do? Sylvia said, "Thank you for trusting the Lord again." Yeah, on a phone call, of course, it was a business call. It wasn't a personal. Thank you for trusting the Lord. Which Lord? Lord have mercy from the Busta Rhymes crew, the Flip Mode Squad, the Flip Modians. So yeah, I appreciate ya. I try to have fun with my life just to make words sound different. Like if I ever see a Subaru, I always have to say it like it's a samurai saying the word Subaru. Like they're about to fight. Subaru. You know, like it shakes kind of. Subaru. So you know, I obsessive, you know, have to say that when I see, you know, that kind of vehicle. That here comes an Impreza. Oh, Subaru, Subaru. And then the other one is Hyundai because like Subaru might be what the samurai saying when he's about to strike. Subaru. But like when they're ready to strike, when it's time, when it's on, then it's Hyundai. And then they Hyundai their way across. Elantra their way across the field, so they can do some sportage. Oh, that's cute. I don't know any other Hyundais. Launch Hyundai, except so they can, yeah, Hyundai, so you can excel at slicing your head up. No, that's not it either. Well, we're not going to try to pull too much gravy out of that rock, are we? No, we're moving on. Break the monotony here a little with a. Let's do an impression. So come from Florida. I used to like Digital Underground, and you guys know Humpty Hump. You know the song. Even if you were born in 2004, you know the Humpty Dance. You've danced to it on the dance floor. Even if ironically. So this is my. See, all of my impressions are kind of like situationally based. Like it's Humpty Hump, but he is giving a tearful confession at a Sex Addicts Anonymous meeting. So it kind of goes like something like this. Oh, once got busy in a Burger King bathroom. He's still getting in the girls' pants, and he's even got his own dance. Oh, actually, rest in power, Shock G, aka Humpty Hump. I'm sure you are appreciating uh, and laughing at my joke from the heavens, or Carolwood, where you're from here. A lot of folks have said I kind of look like a cross between Jack Black and Zach Galifianakis. So I like to say, pleased to meet you. My name is Zach Jack Blackifanakis. Good to make your acquaintance. Zach Jack Blackifanakis, live and in effect. Um, One of my favorite movies is Nacho Libre. So whenever I get, tired about my job, because sometimes, there's dead guy duty at my job, and I'm like, dead guy duty, I want a better duty, and ask for a better duty. So, yeah, I appreciate him. Any resemblance I can make to an individual who has already made it is encouraging for me. So, um, then I have this other impression, which involves a little bit of pointing. So I'm sorry if some people are offended by that or if that's rude to point. But since I'm filming myself, I'm going to do a little bit of this. I think I might back my camera up. So I wanted to do an impression of like Led Zeppelin, but I wanted one that, would be funny. So what kind of situation? I thought like, all right, this is Robert Plant from Led Zepp, but he's standing in front of the glass of like a 1920s uh, baby nursery, of like when it used to be like a grid of 50 babies you'd see like in the Looney Tunes or something, just like all the babies or whatever lined up in a petri dish of baby germs, right? Which obviously they don't do now. But it's Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin, and he's observing a bunch of babies in a 1920s nursery. Baby, 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 baby. I like it. I've told it at a bar to a guy, and he was just wow. He was doubled over in just uproarious laughter. Probably my favorite impression is I like CCR. I'm a big fan of Creedence Clearwater Revival and their lead man John Fogerty. This is John Fogerty, the singer. How many guys like CCR? CCR. Um, but a lot of people think that CCR is like from Louisiana or something, but they're like from Berkeley. So I thought it'd be kind of funny. You do John Fogerty trying to give directions to get you out of the bayou because you're lost. You like pull up in your car and you're like, I'm kind of lost in the bayou here. I'm stuck in a bayou and I'm trying to get out of the bayou so I can buy you a milkshake so you can get me out of the bayou. And John Fogerty's over there. He's got like some dingy overalls on. And he's barefoot or whatever. Maybe he has a piece of straw, you know. And I'm like, hey, can I get some directions out of the bayou here? I'm a little lost. You know, and Fogerty's like, then I gone around the corner. And then come around the bend. Then you're gonna wanna roll past the valley, chase 'em down a hoodoo there. Chase 'em down a hoodoo there. I'm like, okay, wait. Back up, John Fogerty. Down on the corner, out in the street, gonna pass the flying school, up around the bend. Yeah. I'm like, whoa, slow down, John Fogerty. Hold on. So you said I'm going down to the corner, I go out in the street, go up around the bend. Wait, did you say past the flying school? Okay, was that like a some kind of a aviation academy, or is the school literally levitating? Okay, so if I hit Green River, I went too far, right? John Fogerty, please, you gotta help me. You know, I don't want to get stuck in Lodi again. Yeah, because John Fogerty is from Berkeley or Emeryville or something. The Pinole Valley. You know, maybe he was from Concord, somewhere in the East Bay along the Bart. He's not leading you out of the fucking bayou by any means. And why are CCR songs all like strangely directional? That's the perfect recipe for an incredible impression. I have one other, and this is a good one for because it's so topical and relevant to now. This is an impression of Bill Clinton, and he's at a 1990s fundraiser somewhere in some Washington hotel, and he's managed to get a popular new musical act to perform at the fundraiser, and he managed to score the Fugees, right? So here's Bill Clinton on the mic trying to bring out the band. So I've been a big fan of the Fugees for a long time. Really appreciate their music down there in Arkansas, and love me some Wyclef Jean and Prize. Well, talk to me later, Prize. We'll talk later, Prize. Prize. We'll talk later. And can't forget Miss Lauren Hill. Got to maintain eye contact with her at all times. I mean, no. I mean, can't have eye contact with her at any time. Also, you have to call her Miss. Anyway, here come the Fugees. The Fugees. I always thought it'd be funny, Bill Clinton would mispronounce the Fugees. The fudgies. Yeah. So there's only three things that I really believe to be true. And there's three things that I'm resolutely convinced of. And these are hot takes, so be careful. Watch out for this one. There's three things I know to be true in this world. There's really just the three things that I know to be true in this world. Number one, OJ was innocent. Number two, MJ didn't touch them kids. And number three, Lady Gaga's a dude. Oh, sorry. Just kidding about that last one. Ha. Lady Gaga. I love Lady. Oh, just kidding, Lady Gaga. Sometimes I call her Lady Gaga. No, I don't. No, Bill Clinton, get out of here. You were in the last joke, Bill Clinton. I'm sorry you said something about Lady Gaga. I got a little stiff in my woody. William Jefferson Clinton, you sit down. I'll turn this car around, Billy. Billy Bum Cakes. William Jefferson Diddler. Sit down, Clinton. So, Lady Gaga. We were still talking about her, weren't we? Um, I think it's funny that they thought it was clever that when she did the Poker Face song, that instead of saying Poker Face, she said Fucker Face. I mean, okay, I'm for that. Never said no to that. But she's like, that's a clever thing to do in my song. And they think it's like new and original. Guess what? It wasn't new and it wasn't original because it was done in Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. How long ago was that? Is it who did that? Was it Leslie Gore? Who did? Okay, whatever. I guess that's not important to the joke. But in Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, maybe we'll eat some fucking pie. You're gonna go listen to that song and you're gonna know that I'm right. So, I guess as the feller says, ain't nothing new under the sun. So lately I've been hanging out with this girl and she's a drum and bass DJ. Lot of mercy. Drum and bass with the fire. Yeah, drum and bass. Um, to me, drum and bass is like the most, like if it's electronic music, it's like the closest thing to like danceable that exists. Like, but it's basically like if you took a hip hop record and had it on the wrong setting and it was too fast. That's drum and bass. I'm gonna give you an example, but I need some lube first. So drum and bass is kind of like and you get it. You get the point. But that's drum and bass in a nutshell. Like, oh my god, this guy's beatboxing? Like, I came here for comedy. What's going on? Is this hip hop night? Is this like open mic hip hop? Is this guy gonna do slam poetry next? Oh my god. Oh my god. That wasn't even hip hop. That was electronic music. And you only learn to do that after having ecstasies as a young man and being a raver. Ah, coffee. Who needs booze when you've got Liquid stim, bruh. Anyway, then there's like there's drum and bass, which is like supremely danceable. You can rap to it. You can do anything to it. But then it's got a bastard cousin. I like to call him Crazy Uncle Dubstep. So Crazy Uncle Dubstep is like he's like your crazy uncle who just shows up to places where he wasn't invited, and it's like, oh God, here's Crazy Uncle Dubstep just showed up, and like dubstep is like it's like robot attack music. It's like robo porn music. Like if robots, like if I don't know, if it's AI, but it's like if like robots themselves made porn, like this would be the soundtrack to like either Robo War movie or Robo porn, which in the Robo world there's a very fine line between, sex and war, with these robots. And it's to me it's like I've gotten high. I've like tried different things to get high and try to dance to dubstep music, and you just can't like what kind of a supreme infinite failure that you just deaccomplished by making an electronic music that you literally can't fucking dance to. It's like I've tried. It's like the only thing you can do is act like a robot that's about to go on the fritz or something. Like I'll give you an example of dubstep music, and this is a different animal from drum and bass, but dubstep's more like. That's dubstep. Like, no, just wait for the drop. No, 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 just don't even stop talking shit. Just wait for the drop. Out the drop. It's about the. I don't know. I'm exhausted, Bella. What do you think? All right, well, I gotta go to work at my regular crap job, so this was my practice run. If I can bullshit for a good 2 hours, then I'll have it made. This is a 39-minute starter tape. Thank you for attending my comedy special. That was 38 minutes and 30, well, yeah, under 40 minutes. You could probably put that on, a Comedy Central, like buy my content or, yeah, I feel like some people may be entertained by my efforts today. And for that, I thank myself. I'm PJ Cody. This here's Bella Ace. That's Bella Ace. And we're signing off from the beautiful Museum de Cote in gorgeous Bayfront, Erie, Pennsylvania, overlooking Lake Erie. This is PJ Cody signing off saying, go jump in the lake.